Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field, Life and Lindenwood University.
Welcome back to Sabercat Stadium in Houston, Texas. As the 2023 College Rugby Association of America Championship continues right now with the Men's College Premier Sevens National Championship between the Lindenwood Lions and the Life University Golden Eagles. Quite an afternoon of action here at Sabercat Stadium. We will send you to a break, and we'll be back with lineups and the kickoff in just a moment's time.
When we pick up the ball, we also pick up a legacy. A legacy that stretches beyond your current team. A legacy built on the backs of those who came before you with hard work. And for those who will come after you, we promise it won't be easy. But we'll be there, supporting you on and off the field.
Once a small community just south of Houston, Pearland has grown into a destination city, attracting visitors to the energy and diversity of a large city, while serving up the warmth and welcoming spirit of Texas hospitality, accommodations, proximity to Houston, and a community focused on fun and leisure activities. Pearland is your best bet when visiting the region. Visit Pearland online and plan your trip. We're ready to show you what we're all about. Pearland. Prepare to love it.
Welcome back to Sabercat Stadium. We are ready for the Men's Premier Sevens National Championship. Life in green, Lindenwood in white. Two teams that need no introduction as we say good afternoon to the second member of our broadcast team, Alex Goff. It has been quite the weekend of action here at Sabercat Stadium, and I have a feeling if it's anything like the women's sevens final that we are in for a real treat here this afternoon.
The rivalry between these two teams is just so intense. They play each other all the time, and sevens, 15, doesn't matter. They love to hit each other hard. They love to showcase their skills, you know, just to play with each other's minds a little bit. So it will be a treat for us for sure, and I think it's going to go down to the wire.
Life won the women's semifinal with a last gasp try in the literal final seconds of the game. And how exciting would it be for a similar scenario to play out here? So Lindenwood in the white, have a scrum inside the Life 22.
A little bit of a skill breakdown right at the beginning there with Simimane letting that ball just glance off his hand. It's not the sort of way you want to start. Lindenwood in good shape. Pignon.
Koch Hoffman with the put in at the scrum for Lindenwood. They've got numbers to the outside here. Number 3 is Tyson Alg. Lindenwood whip it back across the field. Another step here for Alejandro Martinez Tapia. Here is Will Groves. Groves is tackled by number 12 for Life University. Lindenwood with the vast majority of the possession thus far, I should say. Lindenwood with Pignon. Pignon to the 5-meter line, gets a little bit of a push, gets spun around, crosses the line. That was number 14, Kobe Miller with the ball at the end of the play. The try will not count.
12 white instruction, sorry.
And a penalty against Matteo Pignon, the French halfback, scrum half / fly half, who is really good at reading the game, and just after he made that offload, got in the way of the defender, and especially near the try line, you're going to be especially careful of that.
Life University will kick for touch. What a day it's been weather-wise here in Houston. A 3.5-hour weather delay is pushed back most of the matches today, but the weather is clear for now. The rain has stopped, and I may even say the sun is poking through just a hint.
Just in time for this great final. Both teams have been playing extremely well, very consistent throughout the tournament, and we've seen an excellent standard of sevens.
We have.
Looking at the third, fourth games, the semifinals, the plate final, things like that. The biggest thing is fatigue, it seems to me. And if you have depth and you can manage minutes, both of these coaches, Josh Macy and Colton Cariag, are very good at managing the minutes. And that's going to pay dividends in terms of players who can finish in this very intense final.
Knock on by Life. Seth Kramlich, the guilty party. So it's scrum to Lindenwood here as we approach the midpoint of this first half. You have to put points on the board, but when these two teams meet, this match can explode in a hurry. And breaking through, and this should be the opening try for Lindenwood, and just enough to cross the try line and score is number 14, Kobe Miller.
Well, he had a try pulled back, and he decided he's going to go and make sure he can get it himself. A good acceleration, splitting the defenders. Good long-legged stride, and an excellent start for Lindenwood. Mistakes, 2 key mistakes by Life, putting themselves under pressure. Both of them knock-ons, didn't really need to have happen. And as Pignon puts that kick over, those are 7-point mistakes in the end.
So we'll take a look at the replay of the try. Pignon pulling the strings, and Miller here with the finish.
Well, they had as the other runner Tyron Al-Jabouri, who is a big power load to run, and you have to it keeps the defense honest. You have to respect that, and that just kept one defender holding back.
Life with some pace. Jerron Pantor getting to the ball first. Life have had precious little possession in the match, and that's knocked on.
Bradley Crane won't be happy about that. They were going forward. The kick worked. They'd retained. They had numbers, and they could work with that, and he was thinking too far ahead instead of just catching the ball.
Will this be another 7-point swing here in the match if Lindenwood can capitalize on the Life mistake? So the Lions with the 7-point lead. Across the 10-meter line, approaching the 22. Lindenwood looked very comfortable with the ball in hand.
Working with Ihrig and Pignon now in the middle of the field. And jabbing that ahead. I like that. It has potential, just a little bit too angled to the sideline.
Al-Jabouri did his best to give chase, but couldn't keep that in play. So Life University with the lineouts. Let's look at Koch Hoffman to do the honors. Claimed well from the lineup by Life University. Simamani works it outside. Opportunity for Life here across the halfway line. They turn on the Jets.
And that's Donovan Law racing down the sideline. And I haven't really seen him explode quite that much this weekend. And there finally we get to see him run. Excellent player. Obviously the 2 twin brothers, Donovan and Darius Law, have been excellent for Life University. And this is a clutch try for him because they were pinned back and really nothing was on.
So Donovan Law goes the best part of 60 meters or so for the try. And now Pantor with the conversion attempt. And he splits the uprights.
Well, he had a 1-on-3, and he just took that angle, got around Miller. Miller stretched, tried to grab him, wasn't able to do that, and that's what real pace will do for you.
More like a 70-meter run. You can see his cheeks as he was inhaling that, trying to get that little extra oxygen. Every last little bit of oxygen in the tank, especially in the fourth match of the weekend. Great claim from the restart. Life University, what a start, what a comeback. They've taken the lead here, and it's Koch Hoffman touching it down for the try.
Oren Bitzer getting in under that. Lindenwood unable to capture that restart. Bitzer racing in, catching it up before it hits the ground, and immediately thinking pass. That's communication, unselfishness, very smart. Bitzer, whose sister Mia Bitzer plays for the USA national team. A lot of talent in that family out of Woodlands, Texas, and he sets up a key try for Life, and they're ahead now, 7 points.
Pantor strokes that one through as well, and here is the entire clip from the restart. That's the take. Lovely stutter step there, the offload, and that will be that.
That step inside was huge. You're right, Stephen.
And Hoffman's reaction there says it all. We've come to halftime. Life, in the course of a minute and a half, have taken a 14-7 lead. Back with the second half right after this.
Play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game. Welcome back to SaberCat Stadium. Life University, in the course of the final 90 seconds, the end of the first half, turned a 7-point deficit into a 7-point lead as we're back underway off the boot of Bradley Crane. Life University just exploded in that last 2 minutes of the first half there, Alex.
They certainly did. They eliminate those silly mistakes and instead take the game to Lindenwood. And now Tyron Altaburi trying to take the game back to Life University.
Great head fake there and the move.
That was a good steal. Zimamani getting in the way of that pass.
Trying to find some space. This will stay inside of the 5-meter line as Lindenwood hustle back and make the recovery there, courtesy of Martinez Tapia.
And yes, what a great chase there. Just a little bit too slow, Lindenwood, to get back on that ball.
Good change of direction. Numbers to the outside. Life University will just dump this one off, and they'll score that third try as Donovan Law romps in for his second try, one in each half, and Life extend their lead.
Very smart play there, first of all, to just dish it off and not worry about whether I can score or somebody else can score. Just get it to your fastest player who's on the outside. But the kick was great, and the chase was superb, and then the tackle was made, and that was good. That was good work by Kramlich, and then Lindenwood just a little bit too slow, and remember they have to get back and back around and through to win that ruck ball. So Bitzer, I think it was, who chased onto that and forced that penalty, and then the ball is right there, and a really nice wide pass here to get it going.
It was a little bit prior to that, but Bitzer turned, stopped, changed direction, ball back, played to the open side, and it led to the try. So 21 unanswered points now for the Running Eagles. Got a 14-point lead here. Still plenty of time in the second half, but Lindenwood might make something happen right here from the kickoff. Do they have the endurance? Looking around for some support, but they won't need it. It's a try for Alejandro Martinez. Tapia and Lindenwood right back into this match.
He is a talent. He's plays second row in 15s, but he has some pace, and holding the ball up in one hand like that and looking to just pass it inside puts in a ton of work. Very fit, and I've been impressed with what he can do on the sevens field.
And this is straight from the kickoff. Leaves one man in the dust. And despite the best efforts there of Kramlich and then late on Pantor trying to chase down Martinez Tapia, it was not to be as Martinez Tapia crosses for his first try of the day. The missed conversion, though, leaves a 9-point lead for the Running Eagles here with just about 4.5 minutes or so remaining in the match.
Saw a change going in. Jeremy Zwick coming on for Lindenwood. And there he is again.
And he stopped about a half-meter shy. Did his momentum carry him into the try zone? Was it a knock-on call? Because that would be an interesting sequence to see.
Try.
The try was given.
He bounced the ball around in his hand. That's okay as long as he catches it down on his back in goal. But you don't have to be on your front. You just have to touch the ball down somewhere. And it's a completely different game right now.
Linden would have missed back-to-back conversions. And thinking back to the concentration, we might see it here. Watch as the ball comes down right there. It is not knocked on. So that's why the try was given, I assume.
And then reached around by his head, touched the ball down. It was all good. Good refereeing to just make sure he had it right.
The refereeing standard, I might add, this weekend has been absolutely outstanding.
That's true. It is.
Tough claim there by Simamani from the restart. So Lindenwood now with 10 unanswered points. Those missed conversions, though, could they come back to haunt them? It's a 4-point lead for Life University.
High tackle. Right around the neck. Faison taken down illegally. And I think Life wisely just sort of settling it down a little bit. Now we have perhaps 3.5 minutes to go. And they can't really kill that time.
Right.
But just settle down, do what you think you should be doing here. Kick for the line out. Now you're in Lindenwood territory. You're able to ideally win that line out and launch an attack from there.
Certainly Lindenwood, the front of the queue, have the height advantage here for the line out. And it's Koch Hoffman to do the honors, and it's a good line out for Life. They claim possession. Here's Simamani now. Past one defender, squeezes past two more. Still Simamani, he keeps the legs churning. Not releasing.
Got to release the tackle player. You can't just usher him down and hold your hands on there. Nice line out from Life University, and the big part of that is that Oren Bitzer can lift his jumper on his own. He doesn't need a second guy, and that way Crane, who's the front man in the line out, steps out and acts as the halfback. That gives them an extra player to run that ball through the hands.
Scrum to Life, Hoffman with the put in. Penalty at the scrum, so it's quickly taken by Life University. Dish to the outside and cross for the try. And it is Aaron Faison, number 14, scoring.
Find the fast guy on the edge. Brilliant comeback answer from Life.
Conversion is good to extend the Life lead.
Kane's conversion is good. Life 28, Lindenwood 17.
So Life an 11-point lead with just moments remaining in this second half. And Lindenwood had Life on the ropes there for just a minute in the early moments of the second half as they kick for touch here. Well, the ball carries into touch, I should say, but it's an admirable response by Life. And it's an 11-point lead now with just moments remaining in this match. Oh, that's through the hands of Al Jabouri. And the whistle sounds. Life University are your winners.
Men's premier college national champions.
What a brilliant game. Fantastic action going back and forth. This game went so fast. And that's what happens when you see good execution. Aren't too many mistakes, not a lot of scrums, ball going back and forth. It's a double for Life University. As you see the Life University women going out to celebrate with their classmates. But Life punished them early. That was key. That try that Bitzer set up, that was important. That kick ahead and that score, that was important. But then when they were under threat, 21-17, they said, all right, look, let's settle it down. Let's do what we do. We go down, we win a line-out, we win a scrum, we attack left, we draw and we pass and we score and we ice that game.
And it's like you said, they have to borrow from the Warriors strength in numbers and having someone like Faison available to come off the bench.
Absolutely, yes. And they didn't really have Darius Law. I mean, he's on the roster,
right,
but he didn't really play. And to be fair, Lindenwood didn't have Nick Hardrick II all weekend. And he may well be one of the top 4 or 5 sevens players, collegiate sevens players in the country. So Lindenwood's depth is astonishing and good for them to be able to absorb that. But everybody has to deal with those kinds of losses. It's just sort of how is your program carrying itself to be able to do that. Law, 2 critical tries. We had Hoffman scoring 1 and Faison scoring another, 28-17. And I just really impressed with how, instead of looking over their shoulders, they took that game back into their hands.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I also want to say quickly, I was so impressed how quickly the Lady Running Eagles were out on the pitch.
Man, they can move.
The whistle wasn't even out of the referee's mouth, and they were already halfway on the pitch.
Good camaraderie between
yes,
these programs. And the same can be said for Lindenwood. The Lindenwood women were on the sidelines here on our booth side, cheering on the Lions. Lindenwood has probably had the upper hand in sevens for some time last year. Yes, the Life men did win in overtime, and they've doubled that up, and certainly, but it wasn't just about Darius and Donovan Law. There are other players who are playing great rugby to make all of this happen.
We had a look at some of the faces of the Lindenwood players. They head over to pick up their consolation medals, and it was a game that for a blink of an eye, Alex, it seemed like Lindenwood were really going to get back into the game. But as you say, Life clamped down, took the game into their own hands.
This has been a great season for Lindenwood, but it's also been a bit of a heartbreaking one. They lost to they lost to Navy in the 15s semifinal, 12-10. They go through, they play sevens, they play a wonderful brand of sevens, 21-17 until they give up that late try. Again, into the final, just not quite enough. And it's tough, and it's difficult to look back and say, hey guys, we've had a great season. But really, they should take consolation in that because they have had a terrific season. Only one team can have the trophy. Lindenwood knew one team can have the 15s trophy, one team can have the 7s trophy. It didn't happen for them. And Life University comes away with a double, very impressive double.
We're going to send it down to the pitch for the trophy presentation.
Second place, for the Men's Premier Sevens 2023 National Championship.
Hey, come on, be proud, be proud.
Now it's
Well, you see, be proud, be proud, and they should be.
Yes,
they should be.
Indeed. There was certainly no shame in finishing as a runner-up, but also with the sort of effort that they've given over the course of the weekend, too.
Difficult to get to this final. Very difficult.
It is. It's
And
a
to
national.
battle
It's
through.
still a national championship, whichever way you want to look at it. I know it's difficult for the Lindenwood players to find joy in this moment, but they will most certainly be back. As you see the young man holding the lion there right on the end.
Yes.
We know that Lindenwood will be certainly one of the teams to contend with for many, many years to come. As will this side as well. Life University, the Running Eagles, with a couple of sevens victories that will go down long in the Running Eagles athletic history. How about that? In the course of an hour, Alex, an
Two
insanely
championships.
dramatic victory
Yes.
in the women's match and an equally dramatic victory in the men's as well.
Just astonishing. And for Life University men's team, this has not been a great 15 season. They struggled a little bit, and they did get a win over Lindenwood, but then they lost to them and then lost in the playoffs. So that wasn't happening for them in quite the same way that they used to. So sevens, they turn around and say, all right, we're going to be great in sevens, and they knew they could be, and then they come in and they sweep the table.
So in just a moment, we will send it back down pitch side.
They beat Grand Canyon, they beat UCLA, they beat the CRAA Selects. That's just in pool play. And then going through a shutout of Penn State, not easy to do. That was a good game. And then
All
a
right,
shutout
let's send
of
it down for the
Davenport.
trophy presentation.
2023 National Championship. Sanelli.
Gentlemen, on behalf of CRAA and USA Rugby, this year's 2023 Player of the Match for the National Championships, Mr. Aaron Pitzer.
Doing the hard work, setting up tries, making penalties happen, being powerful. What a great player. And it's a team award, right? He's a team player.
And I was going to say, a very popular choice, it seems like, amongst his teammates for the player of the match. So congratulations to Oren. And the third member of our broadcast team, Rich Kelly, as soon as he's safely out of the way of the champagne celebration here, will be standing by to interview our player of the match. And the weekend is rapidly coming to a conclusion here at SaberCats Stadium as we see the winners once again lifting the trophy on high. What a day to remember for Life University, both in the women's and the men's sevens program. This is a day, May 7th, 2023, as we send it down to Rich Kelly.
I'm here with Life coach, sevens coach, and player of the match. Congratulations to both of you on the Premier Championship Sevens. Give us a little about your feelings over the weekend.
We came in, we knew what we had to do. It took a lot of team cultural stuff that we worked on, just getting the boys together. It's just been fun, but we worked very hard for this one.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, you know, with our women's also winning the championship, it was very special. Our school's never done that before, so this was just an absolute surreal feeling, and just this one was for all the fans, the whole school, obviously all the families, and all the boys who didn't make the seven squad who were cheering us from home. This is for them.
Congratulations on a great victory and a championship for 2023, guys.
The party will rage long into the night in Marietta, Georgia tonight. That is for sure. We will step away and we'll be back to wrap up Life's victory over Lindenwood in the men's Premier Sevens Championship right after this.
Gentlemen, we're going to do man, woman, captures in the middle. Same again, same again.